Hi Tessie, hi David. Today we're making Chile Relleno Casserole a la Chris style. And the first step in the process is to find some fresh roasted green chilies. If you can find them at your local farmer's market, that would be best. Actually, the best peppers to find would be from Hatch, New Mexico. And these are actually Hatch, New Mexico chilies. And they have been fresh roasted. And so what I'm doing in this first step is peeling those peppers. So you want to make sure that you can get off all the skin as much as you can, but you don't want to stick it underneath the water because that loses the flavor of the chili. So I use it to wash my fingers, and I would highly recommend using gloves so the chili oil, the hot chili oil, doesn't get all over your skin and get absorbed into your skin, and then you try and take out your contacts and you've got a big surprise. We're taking the outer skin off the chilies, and when chilies become roasted and then they're sweated either in a paper bag or a plastic bag so that the skins come off very, very, very easily like this. And what you want to do then is take off the outer skin of the chilies like so. And then once you're through with that step, you want to take out the seeds. The seeds and the veins are where your heat is. So if you take out your veins, you can slit it on the side and just pop off the top of your chili. This one kind of broke apart a little bit, so I'll try it with another one. So once you've got your chili peeled, you can pop the top off of it, slit it open with your thumb, and just scoop out the seeds. And getting out all the seeds isn't all that important. It can be a textural issue if you've got too many seeds in your casserole, because they can be a little crunchy. But other than that, again, you want to make sure you don't rinse it underneath the water because you lose the flavor of the chili, but then you've got your chili ready for your casserole. So then we're going to, we have our cheese thinly sliced so that we're going to layer this like a lasagna, like you would a lasagna. So we've used the antique cheese grater. How you would do that is just run them down along the side so it's got nice little even pieces. But so this is Monterey Jack cheese, and I am using 1 pound, I believe, of the 16 ounces of the Monterey Jack, and we're going to start with 8 ounces of the cheddar, which will be a garnish for the top. But since it's going to be a garnish for the top, we're going to go ahead and just grate that. So the next step is we're going to assemble our casserole. And some recipes will tell you to just split the chilies in half and you cut a little piece of cheese and you stick it in there like so. I think that's way too much work. So I lay it out like you would a lasagna. Just like so. These are these are the mild chilies that I'm using for the bottom layer. Doesn't really matter. Some people will use all the same peppers. Okay, so here we are. Almost have a whole layer on the bottom. I try and fill in all the gaps there too because this is going to be your bottom layer that's going to hold all the other layers and all the cheese. So that would be your first layer of lasagna. And then I just loosely lay the cheese at the bottom. Like so, and then start my next layer. Again, making sure they kind of overlap so that you get all that flavor of the peppers in there. La la la. All right, so that's another layer here. Sometimes I'll change the direction of the cheese too. Since the first time I went this way, I'll go this way this time. All right, so that's our layer there. We're going to continue with using up the, I think I'm going to change now to the medium peppers. We'll save the mild ones for the top. So now I'm going to put a layer of the mediums. The mediums seem to be a little bit smaller peppers, so that's why I started with the mild ones because they were a little bit larger. But the flavor of these will really enhance the flavor. And these are all Big Jim chilies, mild and medium from New Mexico. So again, you can see how I kind of alternate the pattern of the peppers too, so it's got some better coverage. And this is going to be our top layer, so I'm just going to continue with the rest of them. Put the rest of these peppers in here because I've got some extra. So I used about 3 dozen peppers. We're going to garnish the top of our casserole with our cheddar cheese. I like using the super sharp cheddar, but you could use a combination of Colby and Jack, whichever you prefer. I wouldn't recommend using the pepper jack cheese because you want the pure taste of the peppers that you've got that were roasted. The next and final step will be making the sauce that goes into that, and we will do that here shortly.
I am not ready yet. I am still asleep. I am still looking for the buried treasure in my dreams.
Making our sauce that goes in the casserole, which is basically eggs, milk, and some flour, and some salt and pepper. But you start out with 5 eggs in a bowl and 1 1/4 cups milk. Five eggs and 1 1/4 cups milk. And then I mix those up really well. It's basically the same type of a filling that you would put in a quiche. Egg and milk and some flour. As you put in a little salt. Fresh ground pepper. This is what not to do with your gizmo drawer. So now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of flour to the mix. And it'll look a little chunky in there with the flour, but the flour, as it gets warm, what does it do? It goes away. Alright. There you have it. I'm going to pour that right over top of our casserole evenly. And then I usually shake a little paprika or some chili powder on top just to make it look pretty. So I'm going to do that. This is just a red chili powder. Pretty that's going to look. Oh yeah, that's what I'm going for. Get that nice little red color on top. Makes it look really pretty. And there you have it. Chile Relleno casserole. Easy to prepare and make. You throw it in an oven, 350-degree oven, for 45 minutes. So here's our Chile Relleno casserole, hot from the oven. Baked 45 minutes.